Hi guys, what we're going to be cooking this week is lamb filo rolls. Okay, these are a Middle Eastern type of dish, normally served as an entree or a snack. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to start by preheating the oven. I've done that, 220 degrees. Make sure we've washed our hands, put a clean apron on. Okay, and we're ready to go. So the first thing we need to do is look at our ingredients list, and I can see I need to finely chop some onions. So I'm going to do that first. Okay, how do we do that? We top and tail the onion. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to cut a slice laterally, then open him up. Okay, that makes it easier to peel. Okay, so we peel that off, get that last little bit of onion skin off. Okay, then we're going to put that in the bin. Okay, we need half an onion, so I'm just going to cut that in half, put the other one to the side, and we're going to cut small cubes of finely diced onion. So how do we do that? Okay, you can see I've left the little end of the onion off there. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to slice this, slice it along, but I'm not going to cut all the way through. Okay, so we're just going to cut all very finely next to each other, slicing down. Okay, and as you can see, the onion's still all together. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to cut laterally. Okay, so we're going to cut this way. And you can see now that the onion is coming off in nice small slices. Okay, may get a few larger bits, put them to the side, they go in the scrap bin. Okay, so now what we have here is diced onion. Okay, so what I've got this pan on, it's on medium to high heat, and we're going to put a little bit of oil on. We only need about a teaspoon of the oil in there. Okay, that's because the rest of the oil is going to be used when we do the pastry. So I'm going to put the onion in, and we're going to cook that through just until it's clear. Okay, so we're not going to, we don't want it to actually brown off, we just want it to just soften that onion a little bit. So we're going to continue cooking this. Just look here, we don't really want to get a lot of colour on it. We just want it to cook through till it's a little bit softened. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add the lamb. Okay, add the lamb mince in, about 250 grams of lamb. Okay, then we're going to break that up. At the same time, what we want to do is add our spices. We've got about a teaspoon of cumin, okay, that goes in, and about half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Now these two spices, cumin and cinnamon, give that Middle Eastern sort of flavour that you want to try and what you want to get. Okay, it's very important when we add any spice to a dish to actually cook out that spice to develop the flavour. Okay, so we just got to make sure that gets sort of cooked through, breaking it up as we go along. Okay, at this stage now we can also add the pepitas. Now what pepitas are, they're actually the kernels of a pumpkin seed. Okay, not sure why they're called pepitas, they're basically just, like I said, pumpkin seeds. What they'll do to the mixture is give it a little bit of crunch. Okay, a little bit of texture. You could use pine nuts. Okay, is another alternative to this, to the pepitas. Okay, feeders don't have a great deal of flavour, but they do add a little bit of that crunch to the dish. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is turn that down and just allow that now to cook through. Like I said, you want to try and break up any of the large pieces of lamb down so it's nice and fine. So while that is cooking, just cooking down now, just getting rid of all that, cooking down all that, the pink bits of the lamb, making sure it's all nice and cooked. What we're going to do is I'm going to start preparing our pastry. Now this is Filo pastry. It comes in a pack like this and you refrigerate it. Okay, make sure you put it in the fridge. Don't put it in the freezer. What will happen in the freezer, it'll dry out. Now it's very important when you're using Filo pastry, only to take it out when you're ready to use it. If you sit this on the bench for 5-10 minutes, what's going to happen is it's going to dry out and you're not going to be able to roll it. It's not going to be soft. It'll all just flake away. Okay, so what we're going to do now, just grab the Filo out. Okay, what I might do is just move that chopping board up to the side. Then we will use the pastry board. Okay, so I'm going to lay that out. Okay, as you can see, Filo pastry is in layers. Okay, you're going to use one layer for each roll. We're going to make 4 rolls today. So what I'm going to do is take off 4 rolls, 4 sheets of the Filo. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll them up and leave that sitting there. If you're going to leave this out for any length of time, what you can do is just lay a moist tea towel over the top of it. Okay, that way it's not going to dry out too much. Just a moist tea towel, not soaking wet. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is that lamb is ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay down the first layer of pastry and we're going to brush a bit of oil on there. Okay, not a lot of oil in this pastry to begin with, so we need to give it some oil in there just so it crisps up nice. Okay. Okay, you've got to work quickly with this pastry. Like I said, it does get very brittle. Okay, and so what we're going to do now is divide that pretty much into 4. Okay, because we're going to do 4 of these lamb Filo rolls. Okay, so first of all, we're going to spoon this across, okay, right down the middle there. If you do not work quickly, what's going to happen is your pastry's going to start to fall apart. So what we're going to do first is take that over the top. Actually, sorry, we've got to go diagonally. We need to do that diagonally. Okay, across, back. Then we're going to fold in each edge. Okay, and then we're going to roll it. Okay, like I said, you're going to need to work quickly in order for the pastry not to dry out. Okay, so once again, we are going to brush this one with our oil. Okay, fold them in half. Okay, put the next lot of mixture in. Okay, push that all nice and tight in there. Fold him over that side, fold over that side, and roll him up. Okay, so once we've done these, what I'm going to do, I've got a baking tray here. We're going to brush it with a little bit more oil. Okay, then we're going to put them on. Okay, and they need to then go into the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes, only until I get it nice and brown. Okay, I'm just going to finish off these two, wipe down, come back and we'll plate up. Okay, these have been in the oven now for about 10 minutes. They've got nice and brown. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to slice them through the middle, okay, to present them. Alright, sometimes called lady fingers, and you'll see why in a second, why that's the case. Okay, you normally serve them in half like that. Okay, it's again that way. Just a little bit hot. Okay, so we can serve them stacked up nicely like this. Okay, probably too many on there. You can serve them as they are, or you could serve them with, say, something like a yogurt dipping sauce. So there we go, lamb filo rolls.